Yonta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptan sanjeevayata kila shakti dhara swadhamna anyam shahasta charana shravana tvagadin prananamo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam katanchana smrute yasmin duskaram sukaram bhavet vismrute viparitam syat Sri Chaitanya namamitam. Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming. Welcome all of you. This is the second time our group is coming here for visiting Srila Prabhupada's quarters. How many of you were there the first time we came? Please raise your hands. Oh, you were there, huh? None of you were there. Okay, amongst the girls? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 6 of you were there. Others were not there last time. So we had discussed in great detail for a long, we had discussed the whole pastime of how Srila Prabhupada acquired this land. It's a very dramatic story about how the challenges he faced, how one man was trying to cheat all the devotees, and how Lord Narasimhadev protected devotees. It's all documented. It's there in history. So some of you must be remembering what we discussed, Mr. Nayar's pastime. So he was a very demoniac person. He tried to create a lot of problems for Srila Prabhupada. And how we got this land is very, very special. It's that lecture, I think they put it on YouTube, I think. Yeah, it's called Srila Prabhupada's Struggle to... So please listen to that class. It's in detail about... Your faith in Krishna will increase. Your faith that Lord's pure devotees, they are very real. Their relationship with Krishna is very real. So today also I want to discuss Srila Prabhupada's stories and pastimes with you. But before that, I want to express my deep gratitude to Paloi Mataji and Anang Manjari Mataji and whoever else organized this trip. Because I expressed a desire last time that I want to come here every 2 to 3 months with all of you. And they made it happen, because I am myself not able to come if I don't have seva. Although I am staying in the Radha Gopinath Mandir, I hardly come here. In the last 25 years in the Brahmacharya Ashram, I must not have come more than 15 times. It's very sad. I feel very sad. Because for us, it was blissful also. Every day is seva, there is no holiday. So I don't know how to come, when to come. But now there is seva, so I can come. Otherwise, I don't understand how I can come here. So please organize such trips. I will be happy to come every month also. There is so much to share and learn from Srila Prabhupada's example. So I want to share all, there are unlimited stories of his love for Krishna. But यहाँ पे एक अलग energy है, because this is a place where Srila Prabhupada, he said, Bombay is my office. And he personally supervised the construction of this temple. Prabhupada's home, office and prayer, bhajan place, which are the 3 places, you know that? Prabhupada said, what is his home? Vrindavan. What is his place of prayer? Mayapur. And Prabhupada said, office? Bombay. And I actually get the feeling also, office. Today I was telling Tanay and them, when coming in the car, I'm so caught up on Mondays, and evening when I meet all of you, I feel, chalo, abhi ghar pe aa gaye. Because I'm staying in Radha Gopinath Mandir and serving whole day. Sometimes it becomes like office, running around, de kaam karna, ye meeting hai, wo meeting. So I want to thank all of you for coming here. Please know, next time it should not be Paloi Mataji or Anang Manjari Mataji who takes the initiative. Some of you have to come forward and then I will tell you whom to contact. You should do this whole thing. So this is a place we have come to share some things which I am not able to share in Radha Gopinath Mandir. Because I am morning to night staying there, So it's like you get caught in a loop. But when I come here, suddenly my mind opens, my heart expands, my love multiplies, and I feel very, very affectionate towards each one of you. I feel a lot of love for you, and I look forward to being with you. So today was a crazy day, actually last 3 days. I was thinking, will this happen? No, but I know Vraja Bihari ji, Srila Prabhupada are very merciful. I am sitting here, I was thinking, today morning nahi ho payega. So too many things on my plate. But I'm so happy, and all of you know what you have to do, right? Next time, before you came and I told them, that next time Paulame Mataji should not organize this. She should come as a guest. All of you have been guests for so long, now you have to become the host. You should know what to do in Chowpatty temple, organizing. You should know how to do here. You should become dynamic. You are all young boys and girls. You would have, in the outside world, you would do so much. Now today it was raining heavily, so one boy told me in the gate, I was waiting to come here. He said, Prabhuji, इतना बारिश आ रहा है, लोग आएंगे क्या, बच्चे आएंगे क्या? आप क्यों जा रहे इतने बारिश में? I said, बारिश में लोग sense gratification नहीं छोड़ते. If there is opportunity for enjoyment, people don't stop just because it is raining. In fact, they do more enjoyment during rains. When I was young boy, that time Bollywood, all movies, they used to have rain songs. Rain में सब नाचेंगे, dance करेंगे, enjoy करेंगे. Rain, they enjoy more. So if materialistic people can enjoy more in rain, why cannot devotees do more bhakti in rain? थोड़ा late होगा, आधा घंटा, 15 minutes. But there is sweetness in coming together, chanting, glorifying. And this place where you have come, I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, with my deepest conviction, that this is like a holy place of pilgrimage. This is a holy place of pilgrimage. Because Srila Prabhupada stayed here. Vraja Bihari ji, Srila Prabhupada personally established them. And while inviting them, he told them, Vraja Bihari ji, I love you, please stay here. There was a small tent he had made. It was all bad construction. It was very horrible sight. Last time I explained in great detail, last class, you can see it on YouTube, about the condition this place was in. And these American boys and girls are staying here to build a temple, and Srila Prabhupada is telling the deities, this horrible condition, I'm making this small tent where I've kept you, please stay here. I promise you I will make a magnificent temple. And that's what Srila Prabhupada promised. So there is a personal relationship Srila Prabhupada has with Radha and Krishna here. So when we come here, we are coming to, just like you go to Vrindavan, you go to Mayapur. So Vraja Bihari temple is a holy place. And there are a lot of emotions attached here. When I come here, I become very attached to Srila Prabhupada. My faith in, my dedication to serve in Prabhupada's mission becomes stronger. My desire to share Krishna with all of you becomes more. So please come here, and even when we don't have program, you can come here. Just like you come to Radha Gopinath Mandir, you can come here, take darshan, go to Prabhupada's quarters, chant there. Today also we'll chant for a few minutes there. I'll be sitting there for maybe 20 minutes, I'll chant. So you can come. So basically come here, take darshan. And if you have other interests, there are other things here, like there's a lot of prasadam here. It's a place of, I heard somebody told me they have started something new here along with Govinda Bistro. Somebody told me this here. So basically, khane pine ka yahan pe, when I was young, that time Govinda's ka samosas was very popular. Now also it is like that. Govinda samosa is very famous here. So basically, yahan pe, it's like a mela bhi hai, festival bhi hai, holy place bhi hai, sab hai. You want to get your friends for the first time, you can get them here also. So this is a very special place. And I want to thank you for coming despite rains, and I request you, please come here more and more. Will you come? So once in a month or 2 months, I would love to come with all of you here, if he can get some place like this and have katha. So, the basis of why I said this place is a holy place, there is a Bhagavatam verse. I want you to repeat after me, which explains what Srila Prabhupada has done. Bhavadvida Bhagavatis Tirtha bhuta swayam vibho. Tirti kurvanti tirthani. Swantastena gadabrita. These are very, very beautiful verse. Vidura has come back from his travels to holy places of pilgrimage. And he has come to instruct Dhritarashtra and tell him, get out of your house. You have been enjoying in this palace for so many years. So when he comes, Yudhishthir Maharaj is very happy that Vidura has come back, because he had gone out of Hastinapur when Duryodhana had insulted him. So now when Vidura is back, Yudhishthir Maharaj says in great joy this shloka, which is very much applicable to Srila Prabhupada. He says, Bhavad Vida Bhagavatis, oh great soul who are carrying Krishna in your heart. Bhavad Vida, you can repeat whenever I chant the line in a meter, in a particular tune, then you can repeat. Bhavad Vida Bhagavatis, Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho. So he is saying that you are a great devotee of Krishna, you are carrying Krishna, because of that, Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho. He says, you are holy place. Generally, holy place is a place, right? Land. You don't call a human being as a place. We say Mumbai. Mumbai is different, or we say India. India is different from Modi. Modi is a person. But India is a land, right? So why is, I think devotees are feeling hot, है ना? All of you are feeling hot, ना? Fan लगेगा. तो फिर शायद तो वॉल्यूम बढ़ा दो फिर स्पीकर का, है ना? सॉरी, गरम लग रहा है ना आपको? हम लोगों को तो यात्रा में आदत है, वी हैव गॉन टू मेनी यात्रास ना, सडनली किधर भी बैठ जाने का, लेक्चर लंबा लंबा चलता था, गर्मी लगता था, मच्छर काटते थे. वी आर यूज्ड टू दैट. आई एम गेटिंग दैट फीलिंग ऑफ यात्रा. बट देन यू आर मुंबई वाला, सो वी डिडंट वांट यू टू गो थ्रू. बट यात्रा एक्चुअली मीन्स तपस्या. यात्रा में जाते हैं ना तो थोड़ा तपस्या होता है. लाइक खाने पीने का टाइमिंग फिक्स नहीं होता. लाइक वी यूज्ड टू गो वृंदावन में महाराज के साथ परिक्रमा. सडनली महाराज वुड क्लास शुरू करते थे, फिर वो दोपहर का लंच 12 बजे नहीं होता था, 4 बजे होता था शाम को. वो खेत में किधर तो मच्छर काट रहा है, तो सांप निकल रहा है किधर से, फिर उधर पत्तल में खा रहे खेत में. तो वॉशरूम में जाना है तो खेत में इधर उधर जाने का. इट वॉज वेरी स्वीट एक्सपीरियंस. यू नो, यात्रा मतलब तपस्या. सुबह निकल जाते थे 4 बजे, 4:30 बजे, रात को 10 बजे आते थे. So it was very sweet. We could experience the dham. So today when it was getting hot, I was feeling that. So I was saying something. Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho. So what is Vidura, Yudhishthir Maharaj telling Vidura? That you are holy place. आपको समझ रहे? Please understand the philosophical point. हरे कृष्ण. कम हो गया नहीं? थोड़ा बढ़ा सकते हैं क्या वॉल्यूम? हरे कृष्णा. Now it is good. So holy place, he is calling Vidura as holy place. Please understand, Vrindavan is different from a person going to Vrindavan. So how can you call a person Vrindavan? How can you call a person holy place? There has to be some logic. So then Yudhishthir Maharaj gives logic. And once you understand this logic, then you will understand Srila Prabhupada's position. So this verse, first 2 lines, you can repeat. Bhavad Vida Bhagavatis, Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho. What is the meaning of the first 2 lines?
It was the carrying place.
No, first 2 lines का meaning क्या है? Bhavad Vida Bhagavatis, you are a great devotee who is carrying Krishna in your heart, and you are Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho. You are holy place personified. So you may say, what is the logic? How can a human being be called as a holy place? The 3rd and 4th line explain. Tirti kurvanti tirthani. This means that You have the potency to convert an ordinary place into a holy place. आप एक जगह को तीर्थ स्थान बना सकते हो. तीर्थि कुर्वन्ति तीर्थानि. Now the question arises, how can somebody convert an ordinary place into a holy place? क्या power है उसमें? The last line says that. Why is Yudhishthir Maharaj telling Vidura that you can convert an ordinary place into a holy place? Because you have something. Swantastena gadabrita. Means in your heart, Swanta antastena, आपके अंदर गदाब्रता, Krishna को आप carry कर रहे हो. Because you are carrying Krishna always in your heart, wherever you go, that place becomes, you are able to convert that place into holy place. Getting it? And because you are able to convert every place into holy place, you are able to convert because you are carrying Krishna in your heart. And because you are able to convert every place into holy place, that means you are holy place. This is the logic. Remember this, very important. Srila Prabhupada did exactly this. He converted so many places into holy places. Can you imagine New York? First time when I went to New York few years ago, I was shocked. I went in summer. Horrible. कोई कपड़ा पहनता ही नहीं है. I was like, छी 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 सब ऐसा. तो विंटर सीजन में बहुत परेशानी होता है. Nobody likes to go in winter. But the only good thing in winter is people wear clothes. Horrible place, New York. So I was thinking New York must be very beautiful, very good. And when I went to that Tompkins Square Park, where Srila Prabhupada started, I was thinking, New York, matlab, gardens and all must be great. I used to go to Hanging Garden, I will now go. But that Tompkins Square Park, compared to that Hanging Garden is, I'm not exaggerating, 1 million times better. Materially.
New York is better.
Hanging Garden. Tompkins Square पर horrible, सब ऐसे चरसी ड्रग एडिक्ट्स रास्ते में ऐसे पड़े, गंदा बास मारते, they don't take bath. Horrible place. And there is this beautiful tree under which Srila Prabhupada sat and did kirtan and made people devotees. And they have put that board there. This is the tree under which Srila Prabhupada started ISKCON. And devotees like us, we all go there and we do parikrama of that tree. So what is the probability that in America you'll go to some place and do parikrama of some tree? That means only if it is a holy place you will do, no? That means Srila Prabhupada could convert New York also into a holy place, where we would have never gone. Srila Prabhupada said New York is horrible. He said it smells like dog stool. So Srila Prabhupada was there in New York, and today we go to New York, many devotees I know, their life का desire है, dream है, एक दिन मरने के पहले न्यूयॉर्क जाना है, भगवत धाम जाने के पहले न्यूयॉर्क जाना है, और वो पेड़ देखना है जिसके नीचे बैठ के प्रभुपाद हरे कृष्णा chanting किया, and then the whole world became, people started following him. So this is a classic example of somebody converting an ordinary place into a holy place. So how he is able to convert an ordinary place into a holy place? Because carrying Krishna in the heart. And when somebody carries Krishna in the heart, that person, wherever that person goes, people, they start loving Krishna. In school we had this story, Pied Piper of Hamelin. Suna hai? Very famous story. He was a Pied Piper. He used to play his pipe and all the rats he removed from the village, they followed him. And when the villagers did not pay him money, he started again playing and all the children followed him and he took away all the children. So Srila Prabhupada came like that and he kept chanting Hare Krishna and people started following him. So many people became devotees by his chanting because he was carrying Krishna. It was not material. That sound vibration was it was transcendental, it is pure. So this is a very famous verse. We'll chant once more. Bhavad Vida Bhagavati Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Vibho Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani Swantastena Gadabrita. So a pure devotee of Krishna is a holy place personified, because wherever he goes, that place becomes holy place. And that place becomes holy place because he carries Krishna in the heart. San Francisco in 1965 was called as the drug capital of the world. There was a district there called Haight-Ashbury, where there were millions of drug addicts roaming around in the streets. And Haight-Ashbury, people are saying that the hippies is a very, what were hippies? They were into all kinds of bad habits at that time. And these hippies were, it was said, the San Francisco Haight-Ashbury district government officials were fearful that these hippies will take over the control of the government. There were so many in number. Horrible place. Srila Prabhupada goes there, starts chanting, makes people devotees, and ISKCON's first Rath Yatra outside Jagannath Puri happens in San Francisco. And Srila Prabhupada names that place as New Jagannath Puri. San Francisco is known as New Jagannath Puri. Madrid, I had gone to Madrid. Oh, andar kidhar to hai. New Vraja Dham. New Vraja Dham is in Hungary. New Gokul Dham or something. In Los Angeles is called New Dwarka. Los Angeles people think is famous for Hollywood. But you go there, it is New Dwarka. You go to Pittsburgh, West Virginia, there we have New Vrindavan. Go to France. You go from Paris, you drive 4 hours, it's a huge, beautiful farm that is called New Mayapur. Amazing. New Mayapur Dham. So, Srila Prabhupada created these places. And that New Mayapur now, it's a crazy place. ऐसा जंगल में 4 घंटा आप जाओगे, एक पुराना कासल है, जो हैरी पॉटर का कासल है ना वैसा, ऐसा बड़ा mansion. And it's such a scary place. Imagine there are no people around. पूरा जंगल है. I'm telling you, what is the power of a pure devotee का example, एक classic example मैं बता रहा हूँ. New Mayapur is like one classic example of what a pure devotee can do. That place is God-forsaken place. कहाँ तो दूर जंगल में बड़ा कासल है, और वो भी 1000 साल पुराना कासल है, भूत बंगला है वो पूरा. When I went to stay there first time, they gave me a room. When I opened the door, ऐसा लगा वो दरवाजा टूट जाएगा पूरा. तो I thought, अरे बाबा, प्लम्बर को बुलाना, कारपेंटर को बुलाना पड़ेगा. मैं फिर अंदर गया, बाथरूम का दरवाजा खोला तो ऐसा लगा गिर जाएगा. कुछ भी स्विच ऑन किया बटन, वो पूरा ऐसा, everything was like it going to fall off. So I went and told one elderly devotee walking around, I said, Prabhuji, I think the room is bad shape, it will going to fall off. No, it's like that only. I said, is it all right? No, it's like that. Last 50 years it is like that only, it will not fall. I was like, but you can imagine कैसा है वो. So, New Mayapur, France. So I was staying there. So then Mangalarti came, such beautiful Krishna Balaram deities, and the devotees there, ladies ashram, brahmacharya ashram, kirtan, and they go to the villages to distribute books and all of that. I was like fascinated, such energy of spirituality. And then I went for my morning walk. I like to go for a walk. And I walked, andar कहीं तो चला गया मैं. Or suddenly I heard the roar of a lion, actual roar. And I forgot all Bhagavad Gita shlokas. I came running. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. पूरा पसीना आ रहा है, पूरा ठंड भी था. कहाँ तो I had walked almost, I think 30 minutes I had walked ahead, jungle में. Lion का loud roar. And I came running inside the campus. I met the temple president, Lochananand Prabhu. I said, Prabhu, you never told me there's a lion. And jungle tha, मैं भाग के. He started laughing. He said, there is no lion. I said, I heard. He said, the villagers, they put loud stereo pe lion ka roaring to drive away the jackals. And jackals and wolves come to destroy the field, crops. I said, I'm scared of jackals also. He said, you carry a stick. Then he gave me a big stick. So I'm just saying, इतना दूर गांव में कोई दिखता नहीं है, वैसा आधे घंटे में एक कार जाएगा बस वहाँ से. Such a scary place. So when Srila Prabhupada came there first time, so devotees had already taken that place and they said, Srila Prabhupada, very scary place. Prabhupada, sorry, we are having difficulty staying here. Prabhupada said, what is the difficulty? There are a lot of ghosts here, Prabhupada. Whole night we are troubled by bhoot. ऐसा भूत आता है, हू आवाज करता है, किसी को पकड़ लेता है, and they have to shout. So much of bhoot was there. This is 1972-73. Ghost मतलब जिसका ये फिजिकल बॉडी नहीं होता, माइंड इंटेलिजेंस ईगो रहता है, बस वो घूमता रहता है. सोल इज कवर्ड बाय माइंड इंटेलिजेंस ईगो एंड दैट इज कवर्ड बाय दिस फिजिकल बॉडी. सो व्हेन वी डाई, द माइंड इंटेलिजेंस ईगो विच इज कवरिंग द सोल गोज टू अनदर बॉडी, गेट्स अनदर बॉडी. सो हियर देयर आर भूत प्रेत्स हु डोंट हैव ग्रोस बॉडी. मतलब वहाँ पे इतना मर्डर सुसाइड सब हुआ रहेगा पहले कि सब भूत घूम रहे. एंड श्रीला प्रभुपाद गोज टू न्यू मायापुर and they are telling him, Prabhupada, there are a lot of bhoot here, ghost here, we cannot do japa, cannot do anything. Okay. Let us go for a walk. So Prabhupada, as he is walking, came. So Prabhupada is discussing management. So we should have kirtan here, we should have garden here. And he's talking to them. And as he's talking to them, while doing not parikrama, that tour of the area. So in between he would take his cane and look at the wall. Or sometimes there is a pillar. You would look at that pillar and you would beat it once or twice. And then you would again look at the devotees. What were you saying? Acha, so garden banana hai. Okay. And then you would walk ahead for some more time. You would say, Acha, so the deities, where are you getting the deities from? Jaipur? 1 minute. You would look at the wall, but you would beat. Then again they would walk ahead. I saw 2 ghanta they were walking, and every few minutes you would stop. Some pillar you would eat. Some wall he would hit, and it would look like that. And then again he would talk to the devotees. So after that 2-hour whole discussion tour, they came back. So Prabhupada said, okay, so Mangalarti timing can be changed. Yeah, we can have it 4:30. Okay, Hare Krishna. So then they were all going back to their respective rooms. Prabhupada said, by the way, so don't worry. From now on, no ghost will trouble you. I drove them away just now. So when he was beating, he had said that I was driving away all the ghosts. So now they will not trouble you. And after that day, 1972 के बाद से आज तक एक भी ghost का incident उधर report नहीं हुआ है. सब ghost के ऐसे की तैसे, सब भाग गए डर के मारे. Srila Prabhupada, I don't know what he did. In London में भी ना भक्तिदा manor में when you enter, वहाँ पे एक ऐसा एक वो है, the ऊपर दीवार के ऊपर there is one male and female का ऐसा dance pose में, British वो बॉल डांस का वो ऐसा पोज में ऐसा है. और कभी वो लोग स्माइल करते हैं, कभी फ्रॉन में रहता है. वो थोड़ा बहुत ही स्केरी है वो. सो भक्तिदा मैनर इज अनदर क्रेजी प्लेस. वहाँ पे मैनर के आश्रम के आगे लेक है. तो प्रभुपाद व्हेन ही स्टेड देयर फर्स्ट टाइम, ही टोल्ड द डिवोटीज, oh that lake, dry up the lake, remove all the water. Prabhupada, but that is the lake, there is a water there, remove it. So they removed the lake, the water from the lake. It took them 2-3 days, पूरा निकाल दिया, and they were shocked. They saw two dead bodies, one male and female. They said, Prabhupada, you told us, you knew that? Yeah. I saw them walking on every night I used to see them running around in the lake, on top of the lake. So Srila Prabhupada could see from his vision, ghostly beings running on the top of the lake. So he said, isko saaf karo, pura ek karo, clean karo. So anyway, so Srila Prabhupada had some kind of vision. So you can imagine such spooky, crazy places. Srila Prabhupada has such beautiful deities there in New Mayapur, Krishna Balram and Radha Krishna deities. You will see, you will just start crying only. Such amazing deities. They have such nice festivals. Outside India, I think this is the only place where they have Krishna Balram deities, I think. Beautiful temple. So I'm giving one example of this statement. How a pure devotee can convert an ordinary place into a holy place. Can you imagine people chanting Krishna's names in such crazy places? And they are all Pakka devotees. In New York, I met a man from Saudi Arabia, very close to Makkah, hardcore Saudi Arabian Muslim, chanting 16 rounds, staying in the New York Brahmachari ashram. एंड मैं जब इंडिया के डिवोटीज को फ़ोन करके बोला व्हाट्सएप में, हमारे ब्रह्मचारी बोलते अरे चक्कर उसके पास बॉम्ब होगा, वो चिपके आया होगा। आई फेल्ट यार यू आर सो जजमेंटल, यू रिफ्यूज टू एक्सेप्ट। इंडिया में थोड़ा दिमाग में ऐसा हो गया उनका, ऐसा नहीं है यार, अच्छा आदमी है वो, नहीं अच्छा नहीं हो सकता है, अच्छा नहीं। सो एनीवे दैट इज आवर प्रॉब्लम। देयर आर सच अमेजिंग पीपल। वंस आई वाज इन दुबई एयरपोर्ट, वन मैन केम रनिंग टू मी, ही हेल्ड माई हैंड, he said his name, I forget his name, Ijaz something, some Muslim name. He said, I am from Pakistan, I hear your classes, Keshav Maharaj Sutapa, that time he was Sutapa Prabhu, I hear Keshav Maharaj classes, your classes, and that Gauranga Prabhu, I hear all of their classes, you are amazing guys. I said, really, where are you from? He says, I am from Pakistan, staying in London, now I am in Dubai for some work. It's a hardcore Muslim. So what probability would have been there in their life for them to get attracted to Krishna if Srila Prabhupada had not converted all these places into holy place? So when we come to places like Radha Raspberry Temple, we come in this mood. We are going to a holy place. Srila Prabhupada wanted, and Srila Prabhupada ka magic touch, Bharati Vidya Bhavan, all of you know. 1972 Prabhupada was coming out of Bharati Vidya Bhavan after giving a lecture there. And Shyam Sundar Prabhu was next to him, and he told Shyam Sundar Prabhu, took his cane outside the gate of Bharati Vidya Bhavan. Srila Prabhupada took his cane like this, looked at Shyam Sundar Prabhu, pointed the cane towards that SBI bank का जो ATM दिखता है आपको, वो साइड की तरफ पूरा पॉइंट करते हुए, and if you go straight ahead, then there is our temple. Pointing towards this direction, Prabhupada told Shyam Sundar Prabhu, we should have a temple here. We should have a temple here. And then they walked. So वहाँ पे temple manifest हो गया। तारा इच्छा बलवान पाश्चायते ताना तान होए जाते गौरांगेरा नाम। Your desire is balwan. Srila Prabhupada talks about his own guru, and we can talk about Srila Prabhupada like that. Tara ichha balavan paschayete tana tan. Because of your desire, everywhere the Lord's names are being chanted. Prithivite nagaradi asamudra nara nari sakalehi loe Krishna naam. This is a bhajan where it is said how, because of the desire of a pure devotee, every town and village of this planet, people are becoming devotees. Prithivite nagaradi asamudra nara nari. Men and women across the continents are all chanting Krishna's name. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada's contribution and role cannot be underestimated. It is nothing short of magic, miracle. See, right now, when many of you hear stories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I think some of you, because of your tragic modern education background, you may think it is mythology. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted and danced in the forests of Jharkhand. And when he was chanting and dancing, animals also joined in the dancing. Tigers, deers. Tigers were embracing deer. Holy name Kirtan ka itna power. So when we read those stories, people think, अरे ये सब ऐसा हुआ नहीं रहेगा, फेंक रहे. Why we think like that? And this happened just 550 years ago. Documented by historians. Balabhadra Bhattacharya was traveling with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He recorded these incidents. But we think it is mythology. Now, what happened in 1966? Today we are saying it is true. Srila Prabhupada made so many devotees. Why? Because we have evidence. We have Prabhupada Lilamrit, we have videos. But 550 years from now, if some videos get lost, all of this data, we don't have digital record of all of this, something happens. And if the stories are continuing, people will say this is mythology. Because this is illogical. How can a 70-year-old man with no knowledge of America go to America with 3 heart attacks and doesn't have any money in his pocket, goes and chants in the streets of America and people follow him, and there's a worldwide movement, hundreds of temples all over the world. This is nothing short, this is like mythology only, no? Logically आप explain नहीं कर सकते इसको. Srila Prabhupada was in New York. He had nobody. He was all alone. He was sitting in the park. And he had not started ISKCON. No followers. Nothing. He was sitting on a bench in the park. Winter, December. Alone, quietly. So one bus conductor, Reuben, he came and sat next to Srila Prabhupada. And he was thinking, who is this strange old man? Looks different, has some saffron robes. Maybe he's some Buddhist monk. So he said, who are you? Srila Prabhupada looked at him. Now this is 1965 December. Srila Prabhupada is all alone in New York. He has no friends, no relatives, no help. And he tells Reuben, I am a Swami who has come from India and I have thousands of disciples. We have 100 temples. We have published hundreds of books. And these books are spread all over the world. And he's like looking, the Reuben is looking at Prabhupada and saying, really? Lag to nahi raha hai. ये क्या बोल रहे हैं स्वामी जी? And Srila Prabhupada बड़े प्यार से उसको सब डिस्क्राइब कर रहे हैं हमारा क्या क्या होता है. And then Prabhupada ends by saying, time is separating. सब अभी हो रहा है, हो गया मतलब, अभी है बस. So that vision, that desire. See, when Krishna sees a pure devotee as a desire, then Krishna makes it happen. See, we have come to Krishna consciousness because Srila Prabhupada desired that people of Bombay should become devotees. That is why we got a chance. If Prabhupada actually could have stopped temple here, the way Mr. Nair was troubling, Srila Prabhupada actually should have stopped building the temple here. In fact, he abused in very bad words, and then Srila Prabhupada just patiently heard him, and next morning that Mr. Nair got a heart attack and he died. And he had many other demons also. His wife also was harassing. They tried to demolish the temple. Then Bala Sahib Thackeray got intervened and they stopped last minute when they were destroying the temple. There are other people like Mr. Rane, Mr. Tembe, Mr. Mahatre. All of them were very wicked people. Each one was trying to destroy this temple. And how Krishna destroyed each of those demons is an amazing, amazing story which I have recounted in my last class here, which we had at Prabhupada's quarters, which is there on YouTube. So the point is, this place is a manifestation of a desperate desire of Srila Prabhupada to save people of Bombay, which means to save you and me. And because we are all made in Mumbai products, contaminated by Mumbai's energy, to give us that purity, to give us that love of Krishna. Otherwise, we would have been bereft of the greatest gift. See, spirituality many people follow, but spirituality as manifested as Krishna is very, 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 very rare. Because Krishna is the epitome, the elixir of spirituality. Because the rasa, the sweetness that Krishna has, nothing else has. If your heart is captivated by Krishna, if you start loving Krishna, if you start developing emotions for Krishna, then nothing of this world will harass you. You may be distracted, you may be tempted by the material energy, but your heart will keep coming back to Krishna. Even when you are suffering, you will say, Krishna, I want you. Krishna, Krishna आपके heart में, आपके मुंह में हमेशा रहेगा. Krishna, the way Krishna, whoever has experienced Krishna has never left Krishna. There are many people who leave other spiritual organizations, they grow, they go to other, paths. But one who has got taste of Krishna consciousness has never left Krishna. Because Krishna is, in Krishna, there is everything that is there in other spiritual paths is contained in Krishna, plus something more. Do you understand what I am saying? Krishna contains everything that you will find in all other paths, plus something extra. And that Krishna would have been inaccessible to all of us. So pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada, he is the via media. He brought that Krishna to all of us. So please don't underestimate. I know some of you are very intelligent, you are from very cultured families. I don't want to take names and embarrass you, but I know that you have concerns about ISKCON, which is natural. Even if I was in your place, I would have also felt the same. And that is why you are unable to commit to chanting more japa, because you feel ISKCON devotees are fanatics or ISKCON people are unreasonable. I agree with you. But Srila Prabhupada was not like that. The process is not like that. Some devotees may have misrepresented. That's why remember one day in my class, I blurted out. I said my prayer for all of you is, I don't know if you were there, some of you were there in that class. मेरे heart से निकला वो prayer. I said I pray to Radha Gopinath before coming for the class that may these boys and girls who come for this Monday class, please keep their faith in you strong. I pray this to the Lord. My dear Lord, let those who misrepresent you not shake the faith of these boys and girls in those who represent you properly. I'll repeat. May those who misrepresent Krishna not shake your faith in those who represent Krishna properly. So Srila Prabhupada has given us the perfect process. I'm begging you, start chanting Hare Krishna on your japa beats every day, 2 rounds, 4 rounds. And I have a target that one day I want to come to 16 rounds. Trust me, those 2 hours will release 22 hours in your life in such a way that you will end up doing more than what you were doing before. I'm saying in the ashram, I've seen my seniors like Gaurang Prabhu, they have never taken holiday. Gaur Gopal Prabhu, they have never holiday. And they're able to do more. Corporate world also they need holiday. Everywhere they need holiday. How can devotees, they're able to do because they're giving 2 hours to Krishna, and Krishna is giving them so much happiness, so much energy that they're able to chant, they're able to serve. So chant, see, now there may be some problem you may be facing in chanting because you don't know the answers to certain questions. I am there for that. And if I don't have answer for your question, I will not cheat you. I will take you to someone who has the answer. So I'm not claiming that I have all the answers, but I have faith in the process. Every day chant 16 rounds. If you can't chant 16 rounds, chant 2, 4, 5, 6. Make some commitment and start moving forward. Then you will see Srila Prabhupada ka jo Krishna ka pyar hai na, that will come to you. And once you experience Krishna, you will not be able to forget Krishna. And a time will come in your life when you will not want anything from Krishna, you will only want to give Krishna. And the love you experience when you want to only give, that is much, much more than the happiness you will experience when you want. Right now, when we come in front of deities, all the time we only ask. And we find it very artificial to pray that Krishna, I want to only give. I know we artificially cannot pray like that. So you ask for what you want, but continue chanting, continue to come here. And then one day you will come to a stage where you will say, Krishna, I just want to please you. And then you will see, when you make that prayer, you will feel higher. Prabhupada ne jo bhi bola hai, sab sahi hai. Whatever Srila Prabhupada spoke and said, wrote, everything is amazing. You will believe that faith will come not by intellectual understanding, by experience. For me, Srila Prabhupada, I have not told you this, I have this, I carry with me always. And every day I hear one lecture of Prabhupada. There is this red box. Now I have converted it into this box. These are some, I think, 5,000 lectures of Prabhupada. So I just have to play.
Welcome to Out Classic.
So this is amazing dabba.
SD card mode.
So this is 1169. So lecture number 1169 going on. So like this there are more than 5,000 lectures. By the time I finish, again I can start with one. This is 1169.
That I agree with.
So I hear every day morning I hear. And I think it's available in the gift shop, I think, somewhere. So I had one extra, I gave it away yesterday as a gift to someone, 2 days back. So I got this new one, so I gave the old one away. So if somebody gives me a new one, this also I'll give away. The point is, this is like, wherever I go, wherever I travel, I carry this with me. And when I hear Prabhupada's voice, aisa, wo bolte hain. Anything he says, like, that voice gives me. Initially it was not like that. Initially I used to understand Prabhupada through intellect. Kya bol raha hai? I was trying to logically understand. But over the years, somewhere, वो प्यार हो गया. अभी वो आवाज़ से ऐसा लगता है कि somebody who has Krishna with him is there for me. I I don't know Krishna, but I feel I can get Krishna by hearing Srila Prabhupada. वो जब बोलते हैं ना, so ऐसा लगता है कि तो मैं जो सो रहा हूँ मैं जाग जाता हूँ. You know, ISKCON we say, why devotees sleep in class? Because in classes begin with so. So तो सो जाते हैं लोग. But when Prabhupada says so, I just feel, and then Bijit he says, so you rascal. Rascal is like a strong word. Rascal को हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? नालायक. Rascal. So when Prabhupada says rascal, so I was immediately like a loving grandfather pulling your ears and lovingly chastising you. Srila Prabhupada was very, very loving, very protective. So I feel, see, I am attached to my Guru who has given me shelter of Srila Prabhupada. But what happens, Srila Prabhupada is our founder Acharya. He is the one who founded ISKCON. So we can never separate him from our life. So for me, what is my shelter? I have, many years ago, Brahmananda Prabhu, one of Srila Prabhupada's very close disciples, I went to him. Brahmanand Prabhu, he was known as Bruce. He was a very strong man, professor. He was in New York. And Srila Prabhupada, the initial disciples, Bruce and Greg, they were young boys. Greg became Garga Muni. Garga Muni was in charge of the finance of Garga Muni, the name of Krishna's father's guru, Nanda Maharaj's guru, Vrindavan ki guru, Garga Muni. So Garga Muni, Greg became Garga Muni, Bruce became Brahmanand. And Garga Muni was in charge of the finance in New York temple. So Prabhupada would jokingly say, Garga Muni, you would call him Garga Mani because he was in charge of money. And then Bruce became Brahmanand, and both of them, 1971 India-Pakistan Bangladesh war, India-Pakistan war 1971, Srila Prabhupada sent Brahmananda to Pakistan to preach in the middle of the war. He went in sannyas robes and danda to preach in Pakistan. And Garga Muni went to Bangladesh during the peak of the war. You can imagine their daring and enterprising spirit. It was, and then the news came that some Hare Krishnas were murdered in Pakistan as a news in the Times of India. When Srila Prabhupada read that news, he started crying like a baby. He felt that Brahmananda and Garga Muni have been killed in Pakistan. He was crying inconsolably because they had gone to spread Krishna consciousness on behalf of Srila Prabhupada. And later on, after some months, they came back. And when Srila Prabhupada saw them, he couldn't believe. They are coming, Jai Srila Prabhupada. When Prabhupada saw them, he ran, he embraced them, and he bathed them with his tears, feeling so grateful. So these devotees, many times I've seen in India, people say, especially I come from South India, Brahmin family, sometimes they say, hey, American log kya hai, ye sab log, Western log, hamare liye zarurat nahi hai sab. So they talk very dismissively about many Westerners as Hare Krishna. India, a lot of caste, this superiority, this complex they have, that we are very great. But these people, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hari Bol, thank you, Prabhu, Dhanyavad. Rajbhog Mahaprasad. Thank you, Prabhu. बासुंदी भी है, धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. क्लास के बाद हम देंगे श्री पोप. धन्यवाद.
आपको मैसेज है तो नहीं
आधा को प्यार में इसका पैसे दे. थैंक यू.
लास्ट
सबको देंगे.
सब्जी फॉर्मूला नहीं.
यस. आई विल गो. During prasadam, you can distribute. I was saying something. Americans. So American Westerners, in India में बहुत criticize करते हैं. वो लोग क्या है, ऐसा है, ऐसा है. But they are the ones who actually spread Krishna consciousness. The risk they took to make the Mayapur temple, वृंदावन में जो मंदिर बनाया, यहाँ पे ये लोग सब रहे. गिरिराज महाराज, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, they were all young boys, American boys. Giriraj Maharaj's father was one of the most influential men in America. When he died, there were 21 gun salute. जो इंडिया का भारत रत्न होता है ना, वैसा इक्विवेलेंट अमेरिका का अवार्ड उनके पिताजी को मिला है. He was one of the top advisors of the President of America. Such a big man. When Giriraj Maharaj as a young boy joined Prabhupada, his father came and gave Srila Prabhupada blank check. He said, you write any amount you want, give my son back. And Srila Prabhupada turned to Giriraj Maharaj, was a young boy, Giriraj Das Brahmachari. And Giriraj Maharaj told Prabhupada, you keep the blank check also and keep me also. So then Giriraj Maharaj's father got the top psychiatrist of America to convince his son. Then that psychiatrist took Giriraj Maharaj to a room to explain, "Arey tum brainwash ho gaya." He said, "You know what you are doing? You are going crazy." So then Giriraj Maharaj said, "Who is crazy? When we identify with the body, we become crazy. We are not the body, we are the soul." He gave a whole class on that. Then the psychiatrist said, No, but you should understand that life is meant to enjoy. And you are a young man." And then Giriraj Maharaj explained to him the Gita verse, "Dukkhalayam ashashvatam," how when we enjoy, we plant the seed of suffering. Pura logically samjhaya. So like that, whatever the psychiatrist was saying, Giriraj Maharaj as a young boy started explaining Krishna conscious answers. So after 3 hours, the psychiatrist came out and told the father, "No, I will get influenced by him. Your son is permanently infected." So then Giriraj Maharaj told Prabhupada, the psychiatrist has told my parents that I am permanently infected. Prabhupada became so happy. In every class he would quote for many years, "Oh, our psychiatrists have certified that our Giriraj is permanently infected." So what they were thinking is permanent infection, Srila Prabhupada was feeling so happy talking about it. So this is the power of Krishna consciousness, how such people have come. They are all Americans, Europeans. If you go to Mayapur, once we were in Mayapur, at outside shop, an old man was sitting. He said, "आप लोग सब मजाक कर रहे हो इधर, मायापुर में आते हो, पूरा घूमते हो. Mayapur is like the best place to go to for yatra." And that he said, "But you are seniors here. Jayapataka Swami, Bhavananda Swami." He started telling about the old Prabhupada disciples who are now very old people. He is saying, they are from America. They have seen them as a young boy work hard in building the temple, getting cement. During 1970s, cement was highly rationed. They had to fight, they had to go to Bihar. वो ट्रक में सीमेंट भर के, वो बिहार के गुंडा लोगों से झगड़ा करके, वो सब नेगोशिएट करके ट्रक में सीमेंट भर के 3 दिन 2 रात लेके आना बंगाल में. बंगाल में इतना सब हॉरिबल, बंगाल बिहार में उस समय मुस्लिम्स and all these communists, Naxalites, ये सब लोगों के साथ negotiate and hiding the money in the underwear and all that. All that tricks they had to do. What all they had to do to save themselves from all these gundas, and working in hot sun in Mayapur. And they are from America, England, Europe, and they have done so much for Srila Prabhupada. So we should never criticize. This is called Jati Buddhi, to call somebody as, "Oh, he is a Vaishnava because he is Indian. We should have a guru who is Indian." These are all very, very offensive statements. Srila Prabhupada gave Krishna consciousness to everyone. He's a sannyasi. He got his disciples married. Please understand, sannyasi is not supposed to go to a marriage ceremony. Many times, many of my students, now I am like preaching for 26 years, some of them tell me, "Prabhuji, हमारे शादी में आइए आप." I tell them, "अरे नहीं आना चाहिए मुझे, saffron में it is considered inauspicious. I will come before the marriage and after the marriage. But wedding ceremony में नहीं आना चाहिए हमको." And sannyasi is never supposed to go to wedding ceremony. But Srila Prabhupada is conducting marriage ceremony of his disciples because they were what all things he had to do for them. And these American boys and girls spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. And so we should be grateful to them and not think that, they are Westerners or they are not as great as, we are from India, we know everything. Prabhupada said, we are very close to Krishna, but our face is turned the other side. Americans are very far away from Krishna, but they are turning towards Krishna. So don't offend anyone because they are not Indian or they are American devotee. So Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, Vishwa Hindu Parishad has declared officially that, in India conversions happen everywhere, Orissa, Andhra, and they are saying Bengal has not happened because of Jayapataka Swami. They have officially said, because he went to village in Bengal and gave them Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message. As a young 17-year-old boy, he joins ISKCON, an American 17-year-old boy joining ISKCON. Aap socho. Pure boy, just innocent, comes to Prabhupada, and since then he has been now he's one of the biggest sannyasis in ISKCON, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. And in 2009 he had a brain stroke, kind of paralyzed, but still Paralysis has not affected him. He's traveling, preaching everywhere. Age of 17 he came, and Srila Prabhupada told many times that he is an associate of Lord Chaitanya. And he is preaching so much in Bengal, so many villages which would have become non-Hindu. He ensured that they are still practicing Sanatana Dharma. And who is he? Not Indian, not Hindu. So what I'm saying, don't underestimate what Prabhupada has done for India, for Vedic culture, for Krishna consciousness by using his American. And you used to call them as dancing white elephants. You know why he used to call them? Because when Srila Prabhupada was a young boy, please understand, Srila Prabhupada was from British Victorian era. He grew up in 1900, early 1900. So that time, the joke was, like nowadays the job is software job, IT job, like that people have. That time, becoming a lawyer and going to England was considered as a big thing. If you got a lawyer job in England, if you went to England and studied law, like Mahatma Gandhi went, like that. For becoming a lawyer in England was considered a big thing. So Srila Prabhupada says that time the biggest joke in India, that time Calcutta was capital of India under British Raj. So the joke was, when Indians go to England, Indian men go there to study, they fall in love with a European woman and they marry her, and then they come back to India with her. But to maintain that European wife was very, very expensive. So they would say it was to keep a European wife, Srila Prabhupada would say, was keeping like maintaining an elephant. Elephant ke liye kitna kharcha lagta hai. So white elephant was the name given to any European girl whom these Indians would get married to and come to India with. So when Americans became devotees, Prabhupada started calling them, because they were dancing in Kirtan, so he started calling them dancing white elephants. So these are the phrases Prabhupada got from there. So anyway, so Prabhupada used all these American boys, girls to spread Krishna consciousness. And their devotion, their love is unparalleled for Krishna. One of my biggest inspirations is Burijan Prabhu and Jagat Tarini Mataji. Do you know them? So Burijan Prabhu was a young American. After some time, Prabhupada's main man, Burijan Das, he was preaching in Hong Kong. And he was struggling to manage the center. Prabhupada said, so Burijan, you should get married. There's a nice girl for you in Australia. I'll send her here to get married to you. And Prabhupada goes to Melbourne, he tells her, so I've found a boy for you. Go to Hong Kong, get married to him. She comes, they get married, and they are serving last 50 years. They're still together. They are gurus. I went to their house in Perth. Their house is a tourist attraction for whoever comes to Perth as part of, जैसे Mumbai darshan होता है ना, Perth darshan में, their house is a part of tourist attraction because they have made their house into Vrindavan. ऐसा वृंदावन बनाया कि आपको विश्वास ही नहीं होगा. And they are still together, they are gurus, they are serving, they are preaching. विश्वास हो रहा है आपको? ऐसे सब स्टोरीज है ISKCON. I meet them and they are very humble, very sweet, more Indian than Indians. Even in that New Mayapur I told you, New Mayapur, France, वहाँ पे when I went, मैं ऐसे वॉकिंग करते करते चला गया ऐसा अंदर. एक दिन पीछे मालूम है क्या है, एक Prabhupada disciple है, old man. He has created Vrindavan in the jungles of that New Mayapur. He is a doctor by profession. He and his wife, last 20 years they are staying in that small Vrindavan that they created. Winter mein it is -4, -10. They stay there only. They are made well. That's just like how people used to stay in Vrindavan 500 years ago. Like that they are staying there last 20 years. Highly qualified doctor. And they have created small Radha Kund. All that, पूरा Vrindavan का replica बना दिया. And they are happy serving there. तो ये सब जो है ना मैजिक, ये श्रीला प्रभुपाद का किया हुआ है. सो मैं बहुत सारा इधर उधर डाइग्रेस हो गया. I wanted to speak about Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani, but the point was this: Srila Prabhupada transformed hearts. And I'll tell you, my own Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Srila Radhana Swami Maharaj, he was American by birth, Chicago. and he comes to India. Just try to imagine this. He is a seeker, okay? He's gone to all over the world. He comes to Himalayas. He stays with yogis and babajis in Himalayas. Then he comes to Vrindavan. ऐसे घूमते घामते बॉम्बे में आ गए. And Bombay में is studying Tibetan Buddhism in some Buddhist monastery somewhere in Buleshwar. Some Buleshwar is walking towards, and is walking and he sees a big balloon which says Hare Krishna festival. Cross Maidan. So he asks and he has got a big, beard, long hair. He's like a sadhu from Himalayas with a begging bowl and a small backpack. He's just going around. And they tell him that Cross Maidan kahan hai, batate hain. And there is a pandal program. 20,000 people are attending. And he's standing right behind in the pandal. Srila Prabhupada is giving lecture to 20,000 people in that pandal, 1971. And Srila Prabhupada turns to Guru Das, his main disciple, tells him something. So Guru Das gets down, he walks straight to the end of the pandal where Richard Slavian, whom we now know as His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami, is standing. A young 20-year-old boy is standing there in the crowd of 20,000. And Guru Das Prabhu goes and says, holds his hand and says, Srila Prabhupada wants you to come on the stage. And Richard Slavian says, how does he know me? No, I don't know. He's telling you should come and sit there next to him. So then Maharaj walks with him and Prabhupada looks at him and he sits there and Prabhupada gives a class. And after the class, now this young boy, Richard Slavian, who is an American, has learnt after staying in India, in Himalayas, that when we see holy people, we should touch their feet. We should have this mode. So when Prabhupada is leaving, he comes and he puts his head on Prabhupada's feet. Now in ISKCON we have a culture, we don't allow anyone to touch our feet. So immediately Prabhupada's disciples pushed him away. No, nobody touches Prabhupada's feet. They pulled him, they're pushing him away. But Prabhupada's shocking, he never said that to anyone. He said, no, he can touch my feet. So Maharaj says that this was the first instruction Srila Prabhupada gave me. So he held Prabhupada's feet and then Prabhupada looked at him, he got up, every day come for my class. So Maharaj, every day in the pandal you would come and sit next, aage Prabhupada ke aage baith ke, you would hear the class. And Maharaj says that time he went through churning in his heart. Journey hum jo padhenge na, he says, his mind was saying, "Arey, chhod do, abhi jao, Himalayas mein wapas ghumo." The heart was saying, "Surrender, he is your Guru." So he says he went through all these struggles. So many of you are going through struggle when you come to ISKCON. Chanting badana hai. एक churning सबका होता है. You all go through what Arjuna went through in the first chapter of Gita. So as your older brother, uncle, आप समझो, fatherly figure समझो, जो समझना है समझो. I am assuring you this is not new. Even Maharaj has gone through that. We all go through that. We all go through that churning because our mind will not allow you to surrender to Krishna. But you should know that there are people before you who have gone through the same path and we are ready to hold your hand and take you along with us. So please don't be afraid to commit. Maharaj ने क्या किया उस समय? He heard Prabhupada का सब, but he didn't surrender. He went to Vrindavan, and in Vrindavan he was very attracted to Vrindavan. वो भी अलग story. He was going somewhere else. Train mysteriously stops in Mathura. He comes out of the station and train and he realizes it's Mathura. And that was Krishna Janmashtami day. वो भी महाराज का एक अलग ही story है. So anyway, so he is in Vrindavan. And there when Prabhupada comes to Vrindavan, he is staying at Saraf Bhavan. Srila Prabhupada goes to His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj is a young boy, American traveler. He goes to Saraf Bhavan and where Prabhupada is giving classes and he would attend those classes. And Maharaj says that when Prabhupada would lead Radha Madhav Kirtan, that Radha Madhav hearing, Maharaj says that I had so many questions, so many doubts, but just being in Prabhupada's presence, all questions disappeared. See, what happens, when we are with a pure devotee who loves Krishna, then we experience Krishna in that presence because that pure devotee loves Krishna. So then all the stupid questions we have of material world will become insignificant because we experience Krishna in that Sangha. So then Maharaj says, I was so happy I used to just listen to him. And sometimes when he had no class, in the daytime he would be doing seva, writing, and Maharaj would go to his room and sit in the room. ऐसा एक ऐसा रूम है, वो कॉर्नर में बैठ के प्रभुपाद को देखते रहते थे बस. And Prabhupada would keep doing his things. Prabhupada was not disturbed कि बैठ के क्या कर रहा है. And he would keep looking at Prabhupada whole day. I find it so funny. And Prabhupada would do his thing and occasionally look at him. So one day, two devotees came and said, nobody sits in Prabhupada. No, devotees are not supposed to sit here. Devotees are supposed to go and do seva. So you're not supposed to sit in the room. So devotees have to go out. So then Maharaj looked at that person and smiled and said, I'm not devotee. Because he had long hair and he was, had joined ISKCON like a typical. So I can be here. And then he looked at Prabhupada and Prabhupada smiled and Prabhupada told him, let him remain. So Saraf Bhavan is where Maharaj saw Prabhupada very closely. And then one day when he was walking in the street, he saw Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, who was a Pakka Brijvasi. And he told Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj that Prabhupada is here. And Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj said, Mujhe leke jao, I want to see Prabhupada. So then Maharaj brought him. Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj and Prabhupada, when they saw each other, they embraced and they were laughing and talking in Bengali. Like two best friends meeting after long. So Maharaj writes in Journey Home that I've never seen two human beings exchange love as purely as I saw these two men express love and share love. Because both were carrying Krishna. Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj के एक अलग ही लेवल के थे वो. उनको जब बीमार थे ना, डॉक्टर स्टेथोस्कोप डाल के इधर वो डाला ना, तो उसको कृष्णा कृष्णा सुनाई दे रहा था. उनके हार्ट से हमेशा कृष्णा आवाज आता था. He was another level Babaji. And he used to always say that Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee of Krishna. And he used to always glorify Srila Prabhupada. So then Maharaj started getting attracted to Krishna more in Prabhupada's association in Vrindavan. And in Vrindavan, Maharaj became so attached, he said, I will not leave Vrindavan forever. And devotees said, you are a Sahajiya, you are cheapster. Vrindavan is not meant to be staying. You should go and do seva. You become Prabhupada's servant. Everybody used to scold him. Maharaj said, no, you don't. Maharaj was thinking, they don't understand. Vrindavan is the best place. Vrindavan to chodna hi nahi hai. Vrindavan mein rehna hai mujhe. But nobody could understand Maharaj. He was a young boy. So they told him, okay, we'll make you Prabhupada's servant. But you go with Prabhupada, leave Vrindavan. You're not supposed to stay in Vrindavan. He said, no, I love Vrindavan. And he was feeling all devotees were judging him. Then what happened? Then Prabhupada was leaving Vrindavan. So Maharaj came near the car. Everybody was paying obeisances. Maharaj also came and paid obeisances and gave him a flower. Prabhupada looked at Maharaj and said, oh, you're a young boy. You are in Vrindavan? He said, yes. How long have you been in Vrindavan? And then Maharaj got scared because now everybody is scolding him for being in Vrindavan. Now if he tells Prabhupada that I've been here for 6 months, that's like 6 months is very long. So he said, Prabhupada also will scold me. So he said, Prabhupada, 6 months. And all the devotees were waiting for Prabhupada to scold him. And what did Prabhupada say? Prabhupada looked it straight into his eyes, gave a big smile and said, wonderful. Vrindavan is the best place. Thank you. And Prabhupada went. So he felt, wow, Prabhupada knew exactly what to tell me so that I don't feel discouraged, so that I can get attached to him. Because everybody was judging him. And then look at how Krishna arranged Maharaj ka visa reject ho gaya. India ka jo rehne ka tha visa mysteriously. Maharaj had thought that I'll stay in Vrindavan only. Then visa got rejected. Then they told, and then he was saying what to do. He used to get nightmares that I'll be in America. For us, it is a dream, fantasy to go to America. For him, it was a nightmare that he's in America. He didn't want to leave Vrindavan. So then, the devotees in Vrindavan told him, Arey, America mein bhi Prabhupada ne Vrindavan create kiya hai, New Vrindavan. So then Maharaj came to America, joined New Vrindavan, where Srila Prabhupada came, and there Maharaj would serve Srila Prabhupada in New Vrindavan. And there he would serve the deities. He would serve 20 hours a day. 2 hours only he used to sleep. He was a pujari, doing a lot of seva. Some other day we will discuss Maharaj's pastimes. But he surrendered to Prabhupada in New Vrindavan, which Srila Prabhupada said is non-different from Vrindavan. And there he stayed and spent his brahmachari years. So when Prabhupada first time came to New Vrindavan, they gave him they made a room for him, house for him. And Maharaj's first seva of Prabhupada was to make a toilet flush for him. And he didn't know how to do plumbing work. But whole night he spent repairing that, fitting the flush. And finally by morning, flush worked. And he said, seva kiya maine achhe se. And then morning Prabhupada woke up, he had to go to the toilet. And Maharaj was thinking, now I did so much service, now Prabhupada will use the toilet flush, which I did. I did it seva for Prabhupada. But Prabhupada got up, Prabhupada said, I will go to the fields for performing his morning duties to respond to nature's call. Prabhupada said, I like it in the field, nature. So the typical Indian village setting way. And so every day he stayed there, he was going in the field. And Maharaj says, that is the first lesson of Gita I learned. Detached. We should be not attached to the fruits of your work. Should be detached from your work. I learned there. Because I did so much seva, but Prabhupada did not avail of that seva. Next time when Prabhupada came to New Vrindavan, Maharaj used to make sandesh. You know sandesh? Is milk sweet. And when Srila Prabhupada tasted it, he said, this is the best sandesh I've ever tasted in my life. Who made this? So they said, Radhanath Das Brahmachari. Prabhupada said, this is the best. Then after some day, somebody else brought sandesh and Prabhupada ate it. Very nice. So he said, Prabhupada, is this very good? Prabhupada said, it is good, but not as good as what Radhanath makes. So then Prabhupada appreciated Maharaj making sandesh. Then one devotee brought sweet rice. Prabhupada tasted sweet rice. He said, this is the best sweet rice I ever tasted in 40 years. And one Chandraboli Swami Maharaj used to make peda. Prabhupada said, this is the best peda I've ever tasted. So Maharaj says, Prabhupada knew exactly how to encourage everyone, to make them feel that they're very special. He used to make that devotees feel that they're very special. And then, so this is what Srila Prabhupada did, encouraging all the devotees there. And Maharaj says many times, gurus, they don't give instruction directly many times. Maharaj says, he got a lot of instructions from Prabhupada indirectly. Like in the Bhagavatam class, Prabhupada came to give class. So we have a tradition of putting a garland on the speaker before the class. So Maharaj was a young brahmachari. He was given the garland to put on Prabhupada. So then Maharaj was standing with the garland. Prabhupada finished Radha Madhav and is ready for the garland. And Maharaj is about to put the garland, and suddenly Maharaj felt, I am a new bhakta, new devotee. Who am I to come in front of Prabhupada and put the garland? He felt very humble. He felt shy. And Prabhupada is looking at him. Prabhupada's head is like this. And garland dalo. And Maharaj is not putting garland. And Prabhupada is like this, looking at him. He is not feeling like putting. Because he is feeling, how can I do this? And then immediately, there was a senior devotee who was senior to Maharaj. Maharaj gave him. And he put it on Prabhupada. And when he put it on Prabhupada, Prabhupada kept looking at Maharaj only. And then he smiled. Prabhupada smiled at Maharaj. Big smile. So then Maharaj says, Prabhupada gave me approval that your mood was right. That we should always be servant of servant. Not try to be always in the front, that I am the best. So like that, Prabhupada gives instruction. He says, one day I chanted my 16 rounds. We have this counter beat. In the beat back, this we have. So in New Vrindavan, he had lost his counter beat. So he had to remember after chanting one round, 16 rounds. Because, it's not like Vrindavan where you get beats, counter beats. So he had no counter beat. So one day he was in the class, Prabhupada is giving class, and as the class was going on, suddenly he realized, did I complete my 16 round? I think I chanted 15 today. I didn't complete. I think I chanted 16. No, I think only 15 I chanted. And then Prabhupada is giving class. Prabhupada looked at him. Prabhupada picked up his bead bag and said, Hare Krishna. Prabhupada pulled the counter bead like this, looking at him. So Maharaj says, Prabhupada instructed to me that you should have a counter bead and count your bead without saying anything. So these are kind of mystical pastimes, but very sweet. So next day they were going for morning walk. Prabhupada was walking. And in 1968, when Prabhupada went first time, there was one cow, Jersey cow, Kalia. Prabhupada had named the cow as Kalia. This is a small cow. And Prabhupada said, this is the best milk I've ever tasted. The Kalia's milk is the best milk. So in 1976, when Prabhupada was walking, suddenly that Kalia, she recognizes Prabhupada. See, last 8 years they have not seen each other. Prabhupada is walking. Kalia is somewhere else. She recognizes that he is the one who gave me, caressed me, brought me here. That cow comes running. And as the cow comes close to Srila Prabhupada, Kirtanananda Swami says, Prabhupada, do you know this cow? Of course, Kalia, my friend. And Prabhupada puts the hand on Kalia and they walk. For the rest of the time Prabhupada was in New Vrindavan, Kalia and Prabhupada, just like friends जाते ना तो साथ में वैसा. So ये जो है ना Prabhupada का बहुत sweet dealings with cows, devotees. 7 times he failed. Repeatedly he kept failing, but he didn't give up preaching. His Bhagavad Gita manuscript was stolen. Everything was, if you read his story, if you went through even half of that, you would have committed suicide. I'm telling you, you would have committed suicide. Everything is going against him. Business, family, preaching, maybe success nahi. Nothing. One of the wealthiest men in Allahabad, eventually he doesn't have money to buy one dhoti kurta also. Matlab, he becomes so poor. But still he doesn't give up preaching. Srila Prabhupada actually was fiercely protective also about his devotees, about his disciples. He wanted them. I was meeting Vishaka Mataji, who is the temple president of Bhaktivinoda Manor, London. So you can imagine, she's a young girl. This is an amazing story also. 1971, you should understand Indian culture. India was not as modern as it is now. There's a young American girl with her boyfriend in Bombay, and he is a filmmaker, she is a photographer, and they come for Prabhupada's classes, and she is taking photographs. Yadubar Prabhu was at that time her boyfriend. He is doing all video shooting. And Srila Prabhupada, and they're pakka modern Americans. Srila Prabhupada charms their heart so much, and they get married to each other. And then they have remained together for the last 55 years now. And their children, both their daughters, are more Vedic, more Indian than any Indian you can ever imagine. They got married at the right age when they were very young. And now Yadubar Prabhu and Vishaka Mataji are grandparents. Both their daughters, like from childhood, they know all bhajans, Krishna consciousness. Matlab, right age mein shadi, bacche. And when I see Vishaka Mataji, and she's the same young girl in 1973 when Bhaktivinoda Manor was being inaugurated, she was there taking photographs. And in 2023, the 50th anniversary, she was the temple president in the same temple. So many things have happened in these 50 years. And she's still the same, gravity personified, super intelligent, both Americans. And in 1971, when the devotees here, in a moment of panic, they cancelled the agreement with Mr. Nair. Prabhupada was in Ahmedabad. In the late night, he tells Vishaka Mataji, this is not your job. He sends her alone late at night from Ahmedabad to come to Bombay to stop the agreement being cancelled. I mean, Prabhupada trusted her with so much adventurous seva. So these young boys and girls, what they have done for Prabhupada and how Prabhupada trusted them, next level. जुगतारिणी माता जी गुरुजन प्रभु का देखो कहाँ से शादी करा के भेज दिया. फिर क्रॉस मैदान के पंडाल प्रोग्राम में one of the days he gets one Switzerland का प्रभु and one American माता जी, उनका शादी कराते स्टेज पे. I forget their name suddenly, I am not able to recall. So Vedic marriage of one European and American in that cross Maidan Pandal where 20,000 people are watching. It's a Vedic marriage ceremony happening and they are doing production of the fire. And then both of them are there offering open and everybody is watching. And then Prabhupada says, this is real United Nations. That time United Nations was very famous. Oh, League of Nations ke baad United Nations bana. So when Prabhupada said this, there was a thunderous applause that lasted 5 minutes. Because Indians had never seen Indian culture spread all over the world. And Prabhupada का देखो ना क्या master stroke management बोलो जो भी बोलो. So once in Indore, Gita Sammelan. So there, you know how Indian men can be, those who are not cultured. So in the stage, so Prabhupada is leading Kirtan. And you know, to demonstrate how the Kirtan is done, he would call his Western disciples also on the stage. So there are these 2-3 men and 2-3 women. Now, the American women in sari, dancing, and men dancing on Prabhupada's right side. They're showing the Swami step. Right leg aage, left leg aisa, cross. Simple, graceful dancing. Prabhupada is teaching them. So the Kirtan became faster, then people in the audience also came on the stage to dance in the Kirtan. And 2-3 men, they were very low class, uncouth men. They took an opportunity. Now they thought these girls, American girls are there. So they started dancing men dance separately, girls dance alag jagah. But they started dancing with the girls. They started coming very close to the women. Kirtan chal raha hai, Prabhupada pure ecstasy mein hai. Hare Krishna. But Prabhupada is smart hai. He is 78-year-old man. For him, all his disciples are his grandchildren. his children, daughters, sons, and he sees. And he's chanting, full ecstasy में. Ecstasy में chanting करते करते, look at amazing, huh? Prabhupada is dancing, chanting. So ऐसा लग रहा है कि कीर्तन ही चल रहा है. And those men are trying to come very close to the women. तो chanting करते करते, he is doing. You can see the videos in YouTube. You know, Prabhupada chanting, dancing में ऐसा लगता है पूरा ecstasy में. Dancing करते करते, Prabhupada just comes close to this man, who is the one who is like kind of cheapster. He's coming very close to the ladies. Prabhupada just removes this kartal, ऐसा ऐसा घुमाते और bang करके सर पे जोर से मारते, पाट करके, ढोंक. And that fellow is, and then Prabhupada looks straight into his eye like a lioness when she protects her cubs. Prabhupada ऐसा पाट करके इसको. So he's like, and then he suddenly jumps off the stage. वो समझ जाता है कि ये तो शेर है. Then Prabhupada again picks up, Hare Krishna. And that was like the most freaking pastime. मतलब Prabhupada का जो है ना, Prabhupada said nobody could threaten, scare Prabhupada. तो कलकत्ता का तो पंडाल प्रोग्राम में एक बार वो सब आ गए थे, मैक्सलाइट्स, कुर्सी उठा के फेंकने लगे, चिल्लाने लगे, बंद करो. एंड Prabhupada is giving class. And this फर्स्ट फ्रंट रो का ही वो लोग ने वो कर दिया. फ्रंट रो में हो गया तो then people started getting scared ना, पीछे वाले सब भागने लगते हैं. So they started throwing chairs and started shouting slogans. Communist people they were. Srila Prabhupada is giving class, not at all scared. He picked up his kartal, Govindam Adi Purusham. He started chanting loudly prayers. And suddenly these people, they just paused. They kept quiet and they left. And everybody who was leaving, they all came back, they sat. Can't imagine. This is like superhuman, next level का वो है, fearlessness. And Srila Prabhupada asked, आपको डर नहीं लगता? Prabhupada said, I am a Calcutta boy. I am not scared. Calcutta में used to, because in America, New York, when Prabhupada was staying, there were snipers. They used to kill people at random. Prabhupada used to go to the market, get sabzi, not at all afraid. He used to quote this famous verse, Mare Krishna Rakhe Khe, Rakhe Krishna Mare Ke. If Krishna wants to protect you, who can destroy you? And if Krishna wants to destroy you, who can protect you? So Srila Prabhupada was always Krishna conscious. So we may not be Krishna conscious always, but if we get attached to a devotee of Krishna, very important. If we get attached to a devotee of Krishna, like Srila Prabhupada, then even if we are very far away from Krishna, then we get blessings. Our hope is to be attached to devotees of Krishna. Like there's one boy, he's not here today, he comes for our classes. 3 days back he came to temple, I saw him, and something in my heart suddenly said, give him some. I keep giving something to some people always. तो मेरे को हार्ट से ऐसा आवाज़ आया कि उसको गिफ्ट दे दो, कुछ तो दे दो उसको. Then I said, अभी मॉर्निंग प्रोग्राम है उसको, आई एम मीटिंग हिम ऑन ट्यूजडे, आई विल गिव हिम. But that voice said, no, abhi de do, abhi de. So I went to him, I said, come with me, I want to give you something. So he and his mother came down, and I went to my room, I brought, many things were there in my room, कोई कुछ खाकरा है, कुछ भी दे सकता था. But I picked up that Prabhupada's tape जो था ना, वो लाके उसको दे दिया. और जैसे दिया ना, both mother and son were like, why? Because before entering the temple hall, this boy had told his mother, मॉम, मेरे को प्रभुपाद का वो टेप मिलेगा ना, मैं रोज़ प्रभुपाद का लेक्चर सुनूंगा. He says that, then he enters the temple and looks at Gopinath, and then I get an inspiration in my heart, out of the blue, to take him to my room and give him this gift. Then when after he said that ना, when I came back to temple, looked at Gopinath, I said, बाप रे, आपका क्या सेटिंग है, आपके सब devotees है, मैं इनके साथ रहूँगा तो मेरे को भी आप देख लेना, मतलब मुझे भी देख लेना, मुझे भी कुछ तो मिल जाएगा बेनिफिट. So then I told him, of course he sent me messages again and again, Prabhuji, I am shocked, how did you know? I said, I didn't know. मतलब उनका सेटिंग है कुछ भगवान के साथ. Krishna wants to please you, all of you. So if I am hanging around, I will also get some mercy. So that's why I feel very hopeful of being with all of you. I didn't tell that boy's name because I didn't want him to be embarrassed. But this is how Krishna is amazing. I was telling last class, Monday class, कितना जगन्नाथ का मिराकल बताया ना, तो गोपीनाथ का भी बहुत मिराकल है. Amazing. I'm now looking at गोपीनाथ, मेरे को डर लगता है, अरे बाप रे, आपका सबके साथ सेटिंग है, मेरे को भी रखना इधर. I'm nobody, but Krishna used me. Krishna Gopinath wanted to make that devotee happy. And that devotee had a desire to serve Gopinath by hearing his Prabhupada's lectures. And Gopinath could have chosen anybody to मेरे को choose किया. So this is what I'm saying. Srila Prabhupada has given us Krishna. Krishna is real. Reciprocation with Krishna is real. Devotees are real. Just be attached to devotees. But don't lose your common sense. Don't be dumb. Don't think that Hari Bol and don't become stupid in the name of being devotee. Be practical also. Srila Prabhupada was very practical. Srila Prabhupada said devotees are simple but not foolish. So many pastimes are there. So what we'll do next time, also we'll do it like this. We'll keep it little spontaneous because Prabhupada ke pastimes bahut hain. See, every time we don't have to have logical classes, systematic presentations, because that is also needed for understanding scriptures. But there is also second type of Shravanam where we just hear for nectar. Because pure devotees activities, everything is nectar. You don't have to have lessons from everything. समझे ना? सिर्फ सुनने का बस, उससे हार्ट प्यूरिफिकेशन होता है. तो ये टेम्पल का तो बहुत पास टाइम्स है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट. मेरा फेवरेट पास टाइम ये टेम्पल का. Srila Prabhupada is 1977, very old. He's 80 years old, 81. His servant, Bhakti Charu Swami, that time was a brahmachari. Prabhupada had a system, he had a bell. आप प्रसाद लेके आ रहे हैं ना, आप ऐसा करके मुझे लगा बाय बाय बोल के जा रहे हैं अपने. प्रसाद लेके आ रहे हैं ना. हाँ. So Bhakti Charu Swami was personal servant. This is my favorite pastime of Prabhupada. One of my favorite pastimes, which happened here. So he had a system. If he wanted something, he would ring a bell. And the servant used to come. So Srila Prabhupada at the old age, he didn't have appetite, he could not eat. होता ना एक एज के बाद खाना पीना भूख नहीं लगता. So Srila Prabhupada rang bell. After 3 days, he was planning to eat something. So the servant came. Prabhupada said, "Get me orange juice." So after 3 days, he's going to taste something. So servant became happy. He ran to the kitchen and no orange. So then he said, "Abhi kya karne ka?" So he could have come and told Prabhupada orange नहीं है अभी. Indians का क्या है ना, Bhakti Charu Swami is Indian. Indians का एक आदत रहता है, कभी ना नहीं बोलते. उससे नहीं रहेगा तो कुछ तो जुगाड़ करता है. So what he did, without telling Prabhupada, he went down market में नीचे oranges ढूंढने के लिए. Meanwhile, Prabhupada kept ringing bell. Trung, trung, trung. है ही नहीं. So he took him total half an hour to get oranges, फिर लेके आके, फिर juice बना के, सब time लगता है ना. And then he finally brought. Prabhupada looked at him, looked at that cup of orange juice. "You rascal, take it away. I don't want. I am hungry. I have not eaten anything for 300 years. ऐसा कुछ तो Prabhupada ने ऐसा exaggerated thing he said. And I just asked for simple orange juice. And that also you take so many years to get it for me. I don't want it. Take it away." He just shouts at him. But he was a very intelligent servant. He heard everything, but he did not take the juice away. इंटेलिजेंट सर्वेंट मतलब गाली डांट खाने का, पर ऐसा नहीं कि बोलो ना लेके जाने को. लेकर हमारे आश्रम में ऐसे होता है, बीमार रहूँगा मैं, कोई आके कुछ लेके आएगा. घर नहीं है ना, आश्रम है. एंड इफ आई एम लिटिल डिसओरिएंटेड ऐसे नहीं खाने का. हाँ ठीक है प्रभु, जो लेके जाएगा. वो पत्नी होती, माँ होती, बहन होती तो डांट के कान पकड़ के पिला देते थे ना. तो अपना थोड़ा रफ एंड टफ लाइफ है. तो वो सर्वेंट जो है वो थोड़ा स्मार्ट सर्वेंट था. उसने बोला हाँ. Bhakti Charu Maharaj was very sensitive, cultured. He's from a very cultured family, royal Bengali family, very devotional family. So he knew. He quietly left, kept the juice there only. So what do you think Prabhupada did after some time? Chupchap juice pee liya और रख दिया. Then after half an hour, Bhakti Charu Swami came to take the glass. So when he came, Prabhupada was doing his work. "Come here," he called him. So he came. "Yes, Prabhupada. See, I'm an old man. So old people, sometimes they get cranky. So don't feel bad I scolded you." So थोड़ा हो जाता है, भूख लगता है तो थोड़ा ऐसा होता है. Okay? Thank you. And then he took the glass. I find this pastime so human. so authentic. मेरा एक पूरा YouTube में एक लेक्चर है, the human side of Krishna consciousness करके. वैसे remember ना, in the name of being very devotional and divine and spiritual, we forget basic human interactions and the human vulnerability, the authenticity जो होता है ना, कि मैं मेरा कमजोरी हम दिखाना नहीं चाहते लोगों को, छिपाना चाहते हैं. But Prabhupada was never, अंदर बार एक ही थे Prabhupada. You know, like one disciple said, Prabhupada, I'm very fallen. He was a grahastha, now he had become sannyasi. So he said, Prabhupada, I'm not qualified to be sannyasi. You know, my wife came in my dream last night. I'm sannyasi, how can this happen? My wife also came in my dream last night, don't worry. He dismissed it, you know, he said, इतना tension क्या ले रहा है, तुम्हारी wife सपने में आई. So Prabhupada had that human side, you know, he knew how to be practical and not get worked up mentally. So that's that human side, that authentic side of Prabhupada, I like very much.